तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर
I want to say good morning, Sitaram and Om Shakti. Welcome to, of course, Shakti Sundays in loving memory of Radio Guyaness former host DJ Frontline, also known as Harry. I want you to share that link with all your friends and family right now.
तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा,
I want to say good after.
वेद जपा,
I want to say good morning to Mary Khan. Good morning to Prat and Pratima and Sat. I want to say Sitaram, Om Shakti to each and every one of you. I just want you to bear with me. I had some technical problems with this mixed cloud.
शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे मैया ब्रह्मा जी मेरे अम्बा, हे माता द्वारे जावा ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा, है तेरे द्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगो मेरी अम्बा, ब्रह्मा जी वेद जपा,
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. दो दिन की
And just share up the link for me.
दो दिन का मेला.
I want to say Sitaram Om
When
Shakti
do
to
they
each and
stop
every
for
one of you
lives?
locking in the radio app
Realize that
as
this
well
life
as the
is a
Mixcloud.
visit
Share that Mixcloud
to
link up for me.
This is a world
I'm
of
still
strangers.
trying to resolve some issues with this Mixcloud,
Although everyone lives,
but hopefully I do.
I'm still alone. आए भी अकेला, और जाए भी अकेला.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव Mamev bandhu
I want to say Sitaraman, good morning to Usha. Sitaraman, good morning to Christine Suknandan. Sitaraman, good morning to Indramati. Sitaraman, good morning to Sunita Sims. Sitaraman, Om Shakti to each and every one of you locking on. This is Shakti Sundays in memory of our good friend DJ Frontline who passed away.
sarvam mam deva deva आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला
Once again, I want to say Sitaram, Om Shakti, and welcome to Shakti Sundays, a very special edition in loving memory of our friend and RGI's former and talented radio host, Mr. DJ Frontline, also known by many people as Harry or Yudesh. Before I continue onwards with this program, before I get into shoutouts or anything of that nature, I just wish to, on behalf of myself and Radio Guyana International, to simply make some remarks regarding our very good friend, Mr. Harry. You know, on Friday night, our good friend DJ Frontline was traveling on his motorcycle and was involved in a very severe crash. On Saturday morning, he was pronounced dead and he departed this world. And right now, even right now, I planned all these words today, what I would say, but I just don't simply know if I have the ability to say them today. DJ Frontline touched so many people. DJ Frontline brought happiness and joy into the lives of so many people. As you know, on Radio Guyana International, he had a Sunday program every Sunday from, I believe, from the hours of 3 to 6 p.m. He would entertain us so well on Radio Guyana International. And I remember specifically, I would go on his programs on Radio Guyana International and I would poke fun at him. I would get under his skin and etc. And he would respond and say, Anthony, you got jokes by. He would respond and say, Anthony, you're not easy. You see, what he did was, even though I made jokes, even though I got under his skin and etc., he never responded aggressively. He just simply laughed it off. And that speaks to the kind of person he was. A person who was not capable of responding to anybody in an aggressive manner. A person that was loving and caring. And I remember as well one story as well, he went live on Facebook a few years ago, and what he did was he was cooking roti on the tower, and he wasn't very good at it. He burned the entire roti, but he was eating it. And you know why he did that Facebook live? He did that Facebook live just to simply make people happy, to bring laughs and smiles to people. That was who DJ Frontline was. And like many people, he touched me and touched so many lives. His personality touched so many people's lives. And today I have all the words and I had everything planned before what I want to talk about. But I just don't have this ability today because I'm just so heartbroken at the loss. I have seen in the comments of many of the posts, there is a particular story with DJ Frontline. And I believe there is a video as well to substantiate, these comments. When DJ Youngboy, not DJ Frontline, let me correct myself, DJ Frontline, there's a story in the comments related to DJ Frontline. When DJ Frontline went to Guyana and he was traveling in the minibus, what happened was he saw a little Afro boy selling coconuts on the side of the street, and he stopped the minibus and he went up to the little boy and he asked the little boy what he asked him, how was business doing, and he could see that little boy wasn't getting any coconuts being sold and etc. So what he decided to do was take his own money and he bought all the little boy's coconuts and gave the boy even extra money. That spoke to who he was as a person, Mr. DJ Frontline. That spoke to who he was as a person. And indeed, that is what we remember today. And with these comments in mind, I just want to take this opportunity to express my deepest condolences to DJ Frontline's wife as well as his children during this time. We as fans feel so sorry today, but we cannot imagine and comprehend the loss his wife and daughters are facing at this moment. And indeed, we take this particular opportunity to just simply pray to this universal mother to give the wife of DJ Frontline as well as the daughters the strength that they so need. And indeed, DJ Frontline gave us so much in the form of happiness, in the form of jokes. Today, it is incumbent to us as fans of DJ Frontline to do something for him today, Today we have to pray to Bhagwan Krishna that his soul may achieve eternal peace. As you know, in Hinduism, there is a 1-year journey. The soul must go. And we must pray, all of us must pray in the little way that we know that Bhagwan Krishna can bless DJ Frontline and grant him eternal peace in heaven. I know I made some errors in terms of my remarks and everything, but it's just a particularly difficult day today. Anyway, with that song and anyway, with those comments in mind, I just want to play the song in memory of DJ Frontline.
We have come alone, or jaye bhi akela. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. Do din ki zindagi hai, do din ka mela. When we do take stock for our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. Aaye bhi akela, aur jaye bhi akela.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु
I want to say Sitaram to Mary Khan. I want to say Sitaram to Dimple. Sitaram to Nitram Sukmangal. Sitaram to Shell Shell. Sitaram to Gino Ali. Sitaram to each and every one of you, including Indramati.
त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला
I want to say Sitaram to Harry George. Sitaram to Saturn Pratima. Sitaram to Auntie Natty, Uncle Dinesh. Sitaram to each and every one of you locking on the radio app as well as the Mixcloud. Rajan would like to say Sitaram to his daughters, Karani and Neela. Sitaram to Auntie Natty, Uncle Dinesh. Omaday. Sitaram to each and every one of you, including Shell Shell, the frontline worker.
जिंदगी है 2
my Krishna.
This one is dedicated to Lord
You are
Krishna.
my Rama,
And I just want to appeal to each and every one of you.
Savior.
If we all can do something today, let's all pray to Lord Krishna for DJ Frontline. That Lord Krishna may bless his soul. And indeed he may achieve eternal peace.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Sitaram to Chris Sugnandan.
Hare Hare.
Sitaram to Chris,
Rama, Hare Rama.
the owner and operator of Radio Guyana International.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Sitaram to Rui Nalal from the state of Florida.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Chand Vallabha, Giridharidhari. Jai Gopi Chand Vallabha, Giridharidhari.
Once again, I want to say Sitaram, Om Shakti, and welcome to Shakti Sundays in loving memory of Radio Guyana International's former host and a talented host indeed, Mr. DJ Frontline, that passed away Saturday morning.
Krishna Krishna.
On behalf of myself, DJ Chris, the owner and operator of Radio Guyana International, and indeed all the RGI DJs, we want to express our deepest condolences to the family of DJ Frontline at this time. And indeed, all of you, we have all of you in our thoughts and our prayers at this moment.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Another one dedicated to Lord Krishna. I want to say Sitaram to Deepti, Sitaram to Gino Ali. I want to say Sitaram to RNJJ. I want to say Sitaram to all of you locking in the Mixcloud Live as well as those locked on the radio app. You know, we never expected that we would have to do a show of this nature. But you know, whatever happened on Friday and Saturday morning led to this chain of events. And I just want to take this opportunity once again to say, may DJ Frontline rest in eternal peace. And it is incumbent on all of us as fans to pray for DJ Frontline at this moment right now, that his soul may gain salvation. You know, in our Hindu religion, and I understand DJ Frontline was a Hindu as well, we believe that the soul must travel for 1 year. And at the 6-month mark, the soul is extremely tired on this journey. And that is why many people do a 6-month religious work giving the deceased person or making offerings such as lighting and food and etc. Because it is believed at the 6-month mark that the soul on its journey to heaven or wherever it's destined to be is extremely tired. And it is believed at the 1-year mark we reach Lord Yamraj, the god of death, and he makes a determination on where we have to go. If we are reborn or if we are elevated into heaven. That is why it's so important, to do the right thing, do the morally right thing in this world. Let us all use whatever transpired, this unfortunate passing of our good friend DJ Frontline, to remember that life is very short. And the life that we have, because we don't know how long more we have to live, cherish the moments that you have and aspire to do the morally right thing. Let this day be a teaching moment for all of us.
You're in tuned to Radio Guyana International.
तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हें हमका हो संभाले, तुम्हें हमरे रखवाले, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं.
I want to say Sitaram going out to Chopper Flavor. That's DJ Navin. Sitaram to each and every one of you locking in. Ganesh, Sitaram.
सूरज में उजाला तुम्हीं से, ये गगन है मगन, तुम्हें तो दिए हो ये सितारे भगवन, ये जीवन तुम्हें न संवारोगे तो क्या कोई सवारे, ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कौनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कौनो नहीं.
जो सुनो तो कहें प्रभु जी हमरी है बिनती दुखी जन को, धीरज दो हारे नहीं वो कभी दुख से, तुम निर्बल को रक्षा दो रह पाए निर्बल सुख से, भक्ति को शक्ति दो.
Oh Lord Krishna, lead us out of darkness. Oh Prabhu Ji, bless
I want to say Sitaram to Rita Deodat.
Oh Lord Krishna, lead us out of darkness. Oh Prabhuji, bless us with happiness.
Jai Krishna.
And indeed, you know, this show is in memory of DJ Frontline. If you have any particular memories you wish to share on the stream about DJ Frontline, any particular stories you want to share, just write it out in the comments. You know, of course, this show is in memory of DJ Frontline.
You are my father, you are my mother, you are my only savior.
You are my father, you are my mother, you are my only savior.
Chanting your name morning and evening, Prabhu ji, you are my everything.
Chanting your name morning and evening, Prabhuji, you are my everything.
Let me always be your devotee, Prabhu ji.
Let me always be your devotee, Prabhuji.
At your lotus feet I want to be. At your lotus feet I want to be. Oh Lord Krishna, lead us out of darkness. Oh Prabhuji, bless us with happiness.
O Krishna, though you are the same to all, yet your names and forms are many. By whichever name you are glorified, you readily respond to the prayers of your devotees. You are indeed Damodar, Banwari, Gopinath, Gopal, Natwar, Muralidhar. Your name alone brings comfort to the mind and removes difficulties from our lives. Krishna Kripalu, Kripanidhi Keshav, Dina Bandhu Dayal.
Krishna Kripalu Kripanidhi Keshav Dina Bandhu Daya.
I want to say Sitaram to Indra Mati.
Krishna Kripalu Kripanidhi Keshav Dina Bandhu Daya.
Krishna Kripalu Kripanidhi Keshav Deenabandhu Daya.
Dina Bandhu Daya Nidhi Keshav Dina Bandhu Daya. Dina Bandhu Daya.
Krishna Kripalu Kripanidhi Keshav Deenabandhu Daya.
I want to say Sitaram going out to Rose Harnarine and Mona Lisa. Sitaram going out to DJ Chris, the owner and operator of Radio Guyana International. And on behalf of myself and the entire team of Radio Guyana International, DJ Wazim, DJ Flex, DJ Ralph, DJ Rudy, DJ Josh, Mix King, DJ Che, and all the team of Radio Guyana International, we just want to take this opportunity to express our deepest condolences to the family of DJ Frontline, particularly his wife and two daughters at this moment. We pray to this universal mother to give all of you the strength that you so need during this time, and the strength you so need in terms of moving onwards with your life. You know, this bhajan is dedicated to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has a particular quote, and it basically be summed up as this: whatever happens in this world, let us not fret about it. Whatever happens in this world happens for the good, and indeed happens for a reason. It is simply because we don't recognize it. So even moments like this, there is some kind of genuine reason behind such tragic moments behind this. And indeed, let us all take this opportunity. You know, we lost our very good friend DJ Frontline. At such a young, tender age, he passed away. Let us all take this opportunity to do something in our own lives, to cherish the moments that we have still in our own lives.
दीन बंधु दयानिधि केशव दीन बंधु दया भीतर भीतर रोए रे
I want to dedicate this particular song
तेरी
in memory of DJ Frontline. This is a song often played at wake houses and etc. And the meaning of this song is that when you know when you have a pet bird, that bird is in the cage and that bird does not have an ability to speak out the sorrows and problems in its life. It doesn't, and that is similar to people that we have in this world, because you see, people are going through so much in their lives, and just that we can recognize the problems that they have. They are similar in a sense to that cage bird. And we play this particular bhajan at funerals and when someone passes away, because it is believed when we all die, we are released from that state of being a cage bird, having problems in our lives and not be able to communicate it necessarily. So I wish to dedicate this song to DJ Frontline, of course.
पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। बाहर से तू खामोश रहे दो, बाहर से तू खामोश रहे दो, भीतर भीतर रोए रे भीतर भीतर रोए, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को। पिंजरे के पंछी रे कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी, तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे। कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी, तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी जिंदगानी
I want to say Sitaram to my auntie Sheila Ramroop, as well as my auntie Indira. I want to say Sitaram to Oma Day as well.
लिखी आंसू में कलम डूबो
I want to say Sitaram going out to
तेरा दर्द
my mom and dad locked on as well.
तेरा दर्द न जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी रे चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल की छाले रे चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल की छाले रे ये पत्थर का देश के पगले कोई न तेरा हो तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न
Good morning, DJ Dre of Abbey Tunes.
तेरा दर्द न जाने को
And this is another song dedicated to Lord Krishna. And you know, on all these songs, you know, most of the songs I've played today relate to Lord Krishna. But you know something? DJ Frontline personified the characteristics and the values of Lord Krishna. He reflected in his own life the values of Lord Krishna. You know, in our Bhagavad Gita, there is a particular quote, and I think this quote can relate so well to DJ Frontline. In our Bhagavad Gita, there is a quote that a person who responds to the joys and sorrows of another one as if it was their own has reached the highest level of spiritual elevation. Once again, let me just repeat that quote. A person who responds to the joys and the sorrows of another person as if it was their own has reached the highest level of spiritual union or elevation. And DJ Frontline really reflected that quote in his own life. You read the comments on Facebook and you see how many lives he touched. Whenever a person was sad or anything, he would message them and try to make their day. He would bring laughs to so many people. And he did that not to gain fame or anything of that nature. He did that because he was a very kind-hearted, genuinely kind-hearted person. And what a loss it is, not only to the radio, West Indian radio industry, but indeed to humanity, to lose such a good-spirited person. That is, such persons are so rare in this world today. Once again, I want to express my deepest condolences to the family of DJ Frontline, especially and particularly his wife and his 2 daughters. I want to say Sitaram going out to Vidya Saeed, Sitaram to Pinky Sugrim, Wahida Singh Sitaram, and Chris of Radio Guyana International says he remembers that he did a lot of religious functions on RGI Live from New York. You know, he was very involved in the Hindu community. And as well, it is a very significant loss to our Hindu community, the loss of DJ Frontline. As Chris said, he did a lot of religious functions live on RGI. And indeed, I will extend the show, DJ Chris. I will go up to the hour of 11. Or perhaps longer. And this song is, of course, the Mother Kali Chalisa. I wish to play this particular song right now because you see Mother Kali, in her appearance, she appears very dark. But indeed, you know, Mother Kali can be a light into our lives. In our darkest moments, this divine Mother Kali, can give us the strength that we so need and the consoling that we so require. I wish to dedicate this song, dedicated to Mother Kali, to the wife and indeed to the two daughters of DJ Frontline, mourning the loss such a special person to them. I pray to this universal Mother, Mother Kali, to give them the strength that they so need right now. And may this universal Mother continue to bless them and always bless them and keep them well.
You're in tune to Radio Guyana International.
ॐ नमो महाकाली रूपम शक्ति तु ज्योति स्वरूपम रे पावागढ़वाली है ने जाली मेरे करो महाकाली रे पावागढ़वाली है ने जाली मेरे करो महाकाली रे शुंभने शुंभने तेज चोळा रक्त बीजने रोळा रे दैत्योनी हणती दाढाळी मेर करो महाकाळी रे चंद्रने सूर्यमा तेज छे तारू तारेला मारूप न्यारू रे बुद्धि तूने तुझ छोगाड़ी मेर
I want to say Sitaram to Norma Dat.
रे
I want to say Sitaram especially to DJ Wazim. And I know DJ Wazim at this moment is very heartbroken. You know, DJ Wazim and DJ Frontline were two very good friends.
डाकने डमरू बजावे हाथ मारी विकराळी रे रणे लोकमा वागे ताळी मेर करो महाकाळी रे
This is I Be Akela once again, but a version done by Devendra Puran. Sitaram to Saturn Pratima, DJ Dimple, RNJJ.
आई भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला
And you know what this particular bhajan translates to? This bhajan translates to when you come into this world, you come into this world alone. And similarly, when you leave, you will leave alone. There is no material possession. There is no house, land, or indeed person that you're going to be taking when you leave this world. On close examination of this whole entire life, you see that material possessions really have no value. But the moments that we have and the people that love and care for us, that is the most significant thing in our lives. And we must cherish the people that we have in our lives and the moments that we still have. And we must, of course, aspire to do good in this world. You see, in our Hindu religion, and I understand, of course, DJ Frontline was a Hindu, of course. You know, we believe that when we die, we go before Lord Yamraj. And based on what good and bad we have done, Lord Yamraj will make a determination on where we are going to go after this life. You know, in our scriptures, you know, Lord Krishna tells us that death is basically death is basically like taking off a jacket. What this basically means is that the body is essentially a jacket on our souls. And when death occurs, it is simply removing the jacket. But in this world, we view it as a loss. But indeed, that soul, the unique and personal identity of that person, is never really gone. They are just somewhere where we cannot see, talk, and be with them anymore. So while we cry understandably for this loss today, we must remember that DJ Frontline is on his way. His soul is on his way to heaven. And I'm sure his soul is on his way to heaven because he brought such smiles. He went out of his way to make people's day. And that, I would say, is the most memorable part of DJ Frontline. And indeed, if all of us today can do something, can learn something from DJ Frontline, it's to try to emulate that, to try to go out in our own ways, to make someone's day. When we see someone in sorrow, let us come to their aid, just like DJ Frontline did for us and many people as well.
आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला
आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला
तेरी जिंदगी मौत है 2 घड़ी की ये बातें हैं नादान सब जीत जी की सब जीत जी की ये दुनिया हुई है ना होगी किसी की वही एक मंजिल है हर आदमी की जहाँ सबको जाना पड़ेगा अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला
आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन का मेला
एक बार साथ देके साथ न छोड़ना
To Radio Guyana
ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की सर से उठी रहेगी गडरी आपकी ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की
Once again, I want to say Sitaram Om Shakti to each and every one of you. This is Shakti Sundays, however, it's a very special edition. This is Shakti Sundays in loving memory of our good friend, DJ Frontline, that passed away officially on Saturday morning. On behalf of Radio Guyana International and indeed all the listeners, we just simply want to express our deepest condolences once again to the family. And we have all of them in our thoughts and prayers. And indeed, we all have to pray for them, that this divine mother above can give them all the strength that they so need. And indeed, Lord Krishna can bless DJ Frontline and give him uninterrupted entry into heaven as well. DJ Frontline, of course, entertained us, brought so many smiles to our faces. And now it's time for us to return the favor. It's time for us to pray with sincerity for him as well.
सहना माँ बाप की खातिर कर्ज तो है एहसान नहीं दुख सहना माँ बाप की खातिर कर्ज तो है एहसान नहीं कर्ज है इनका तेरे सर पर भिक्षाया कोई दान नहीं भिक्षाया कोई दान नहीं
And indeed, I want to say Sitaram to Saturn Pratima. And indeed, all these songs are dedicated to the family of DJ Frontline and DJ Frontline as well. This show is in memory of him.
सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम जमुना रोए मधुबन रोए रोए कदम की छैया हो रोए कदम की छैया भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले भर भर नैना रोए रे गवाले रोए बिरज की गैया राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा हो राह रोक कर रोए मन सुखा बिछड़ रहे मोरे शाम रे सुना सुना लागे बिरज का धाम गोकुल को छोड़ चले रे घनश्याम सके ना घर के पंछी असुवन से भरे नैना असुवन से भरे नैना आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा आजा कान्हा ना जा कान्हा कुके ने पिंजरे की मैना नदिया रोए गिरवर रोए ले कान्हा का नाम रे सुना सुन श्री गुरु चरण सरोज
Let me just simply pause and shout out everyone locked on the stream. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us as we pay tribute to DJ Frontline. I want to say Sitaram to Mary Khan, Usha Ali, Shell the Frontline Worker, Satin Pratima, Amrita Deodat, Vidya Saeed, Indramati, Christine Suknandan, DJ Dimple. I want to say Sitaram to Chris, the owner of Radio Guyana International, DJ Wazim. I want to say Sitaram going out to Harry George, Roina Lal from the state of Florida, Normati Dat from Markham, Rose Harnarayan, Mona Lisa. I want to say Sitaram to Auntie Natty, Uncle Dinesh. I want to say Sitaram to Oma Day, frontline worker as well. I want to say Sitaram Om Shakti to all of you locked on. And if I happen to miss your name or anything of that nature, I just want to say I want to wish you a very happy Sunday. Thank you once again for joining us as we pay tribute to Radio Guyana's own DJ Frontline. And as Mr. Chris Passad, the owner of Radio Guyana International, said, he played for Radio Guyana International and he was a host of Radio Guyana for 10 years. And we just want to thank him so much for his contributions to Radio Guyana International and indeed his contributions to the West Indian music industry. As you know, he was the he was one of the DJs that would obviously play music for all the major chutney events. And what a loss it is to our West Indian music industry at this time. What a loss it is indeed.
रूप धरि लंक जय गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि वरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र
I want to say Sitaram to Auntie Indira, Auntie Sheila Ramrup. Auntie Sheila Ramrup, how are you doing?
शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाए सजीवनी लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही
I want to say Sitaram to Leela.
सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे अस कहीं श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा
I did not notice. I want to say Sitaram to my very good friend Leela from Trinidad and Tobago. How are you doing? I apologize, I did not recognize your name there. But I want to say Sitaram to you, Leela. Sitaram to all those locked on in Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad, the Netherlands, Canada, the United States of America, and all the nations locked on, especially South Africa as well. I want to say Sitaram to all the listeners around the globe. As you know, this is Justin D. Anthony, and this is Shakti Sundays, a program where I usually dedicate to the Universal Mother and play bhajans of this Universal Mother and explain teachings of this Universal Mother. However, today we have chosen to dedicate this song, all these songs, and indeed this program as a whole, in loving memory of our very good dose, Mr. DJ Frontline, also known as Yudesh and Harry. We want to express our deepest condolences right now, once again, to the family of DJ Frontline. And we just want to send one quick message that, although DJ Frontline is gone and physically he is not in this world, the smiles, the moral teachings, and the moments you have had with him will remain with you for eternity. And indeed, he had such a profound effect. I never met him. And he had such a positive effect on me. And indeed, to everyone, as I saw from the comments on Facebook and elsewhere, he had such a positive effect on everyone's lives. And indeed, he would message people and make jokes with them. He would make their days. And indeed, we will miss that part of him, We will miss the messages that he used to send and the little jokes and etc. We will certainly miss that part of him. Around the DJ Freestyle of Radio Guyana International. This one, of course, is dedicated to the Universal Mother in Hinduism. I want to say Sitaram to Vidya Saeed. I want to say Sitaram to Prat, Sat, and Pratima. Sitaram going out to each and every one of you locking in the Mixcloud, as well as those locked on the radio app in their cars and elsewhere. Sitaram, and I want to say, may this Universal Mother bless all of you to the highest extent, and indeed to the family of DJ Frontline, particularly his wife, 2 children. May this Universal Mother above bless them immensely and give them the strength they so need to continue onwards with their lives and bring joy, love, and success into their lives always. And indeed, to our good friend DJ Frontline, I just want to say thank you so much for bringing smiles to our faces. Thank you for always taking time out of your day to do your radio programs to entertain us. We appreciate that very much. And I know you have departed this world and you're on your way to heaven. But we just want to take this opportunity on behalf of Radio Guyana International, all the listeners, and indeed everyone in general, to say thank you so much for being in our lives. We rarely ever meet people like DJ Frontline, and we are indeed blessed to know or have spoken to DJ Frontline. Indeed, we are all blessed. What a blessing he was in our lives.
You're tuned to Radio Guyana International.
तेरी जय जयकार जगत में तेरी जय जयकार विष्णु प्रिया महालक्ष्मी तेरी जय जयकार तेरी जय जयकार जगत में तेरी जय जयकार ओ माँ जय जय माँ 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 चरण वंदना करे सभी तुम जल की शोभा हो माता हर आंगन में पास करो माँ
I want to say Sitaram to Sheila the best. Sitaram to my mom and dad.
जय जय माँ चरण वंदना करे सभी तुम जल की शोभा हो माता हर आंगन में पास करो माँ सुख समृद्धि की दाता घर में सुबह माँ के जब पहुँचे फिर से आए बहार तेरी जय जयकार जगत में तेरी जय जयकार विष्णु प्रिया महालक्ष्मी तेरी जय जयकार तेरी जय जयकार जगत में तेरी जय जयकार ओ माँ जय जय माँ
Indramati Sitaram, Sat and Pratima would like to say a special thank you to DJ Wazim for helping to connect them to their second cousin who they have not spoken to in over 30 years yesterday. So that gratitude is going out to DJ Wazim from Sat and Pratima.
मत कर तो अभिमान मेरे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान.
And roughly speaking, you know what this bhajan translates to? This bhajan translates to don't be too over proud. Do not allow ego to destroy you. And this song is trying to suggest and point to the fact that allowing pride to break you and etc. will cause you, of course, in the process to hurt many people. And indeed, this song is trying to suggest and emphasize the importance of being a good person, being a kind, loving person. This song is trying to say, don't be too proud of yourself. And indeed, don't be too proud of yourself because you see, every one of us have to leave this world. And indeed, what is the point of being so filled with pride that it destroys you and trying to be superior to one another? This world today is filled with so many problems, but they're all spiritual problems, They all are a spiritual problem that, people want to be superior to one another, whether it may be in terms of, the accumulation of material possessions. They want a larger house than the other one, etc. But you know what? All of us in this life, if what we could do to resolve the issues in this world, if we were to embrace the characteristics of being a kind, caring, and loving person, the issues and problems in this world would simply go away, and how great this world would be indeed.
अभिमान मेरे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान.
And I want to say Sitaram to Pammy Williams out of Dryden. You know, Pammy Williams was a very big fan of Mr. DJ Frontline. And I remember, you know, Pammy Williams and I would always go on DJ Frontline show on Radio Guyana International. And we would cause a little bit of trouble. We would poke fun at DJ Frontline. But you know one thing as well, I want to just state once again. He never got angry or anything of that nature. He just simply brushed it off. And he said, you know, both of you guys are not easy, you know. He used to say, Mr. D. Anthony, you're not easy, you know, bhai. And he would laugh. And I thoroughly enjoyed his programs on Radio Guyana International, and many of us as well share that sentiment that we enjoyed his programs on Radio Guyana International. He was so talented in terms of mixing music and in terms of selecting music and in terms of speaking, his ability to speak. He was so talented, and indeed, I admired him as a radio personality. And indeed, to all radio personalities out there, let us all aspire to be like DJ. Let us all aspire to be like DJ Frontline, such a caring and wonderful radio host.
कर तू अभिमान मेरे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान
Mary Khan, Sitaram, Sheila the best, Sitaram once again. Sitaram to Oma Day. Sitaram to all of you locked on the Mixcloud app, as well as those locked on the radio app once again. Harry George, I want to say Sitaram to you, my brother. How are you doing?
लाखों इस माटी ने खाए तेरे जैसे लाखों आए लाखों इस माटी ने खाए रहा ना नाम निशान ओ बंदे मत कर तू अभिमान मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान.
The next two bhajans I'll play are Lord Shiva songs by our very own Terry Gadraj. And as you know, DJ Frontline was very fond of Terry Gadraj. And indeed, I believe DJ Frontline and Terry Gadraj were both very good friends as well. So I want to dedicate the next set of Lord Shiva songs done by our very own Terry Gadraj to, of course, DJ Frontline and indeed his family, of course.
कर जया गुरु ओम कर जया शिवा ओम कर जया गुरु ओम कर जया शिवा ओम कर जया गुरु ओम कर जया शिवा
Well, thank you so much, Wahida Singh, for your kind and encouraging words. I appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate all of you, tuning in on this program, Shakti Sundays. I know it is a bit different today. It's a bit sad. It's, of course, very saddening today. And all of us, all of our hearts are heavy today. Thinking about DJ Frontline and indeed the tragic way that he died. Of course, he died in, as you may know, he died in a motorcycle accident. And that part of this story It's particularly heartbreaking that such a kind, loving, and caring person departed the world in such a manner. But in our scriptures, Lord Krishna tells us that, Lord Krishna tells us something in our scriptures, and I think this certainly relates to DJ Frontline, You see, Lord Krishna tells us in our scriptures that when a person dies at a young, tender age, similar to DJ Frontline, who was certainly very young, who died at a very young, tender age, Lord Krishna explains that they have to die at a young, tender age because they do not deserve the life that they have. They deserve much better. And the Lord or Bhagwan wants better for them. That's why Lord Krishna takes them away from us. I know it's very unfortunate, but Lord Krishna takes them away from us because they deserve better. They deserve to be in heaven where they are free from the suffering that exists in this world. And I know that is a very difficult concept to understand, but if you really look at it, those who die at a young, tender age, you really look at it, tend to be very good people. People who are the models of human beings. And indeed, DJ Frontline was a model as a human being. And indeed, all of us can aspire to be similar to DJ Frontline. That caring, compassionate, loving person. So many comments I've seen on, the post related to DJ Frontline's loss speak about how DJ Frontline, with a simple message, in a simple sentence, could make someone's day. Imagine how remarkable that is. In a few words in a text message, he could make someone's day better. If someone was going through something bad in their life, he could brighten their mood. Imagine how remarkable DJ Frontline was with that.
You're in tune to Radio Guyana International.
चंद्रशेखराय नमः गंगाधराय नमः चंद्रशेखराय नमः गंगाधराय नमः.
I want to say Sitaram to DJ Rudy and his wife Vanita from, of course, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. How are all of you doing, DJ Rudy? Hope that all of you are doing well. I just want to share this so Pommy Williams just messaged me, and as you know, Pommy Williams was a very good friend of DJ Frontline. She just messaged me and she told me this, Let me just read out this message, Pommy Williams just messaged me and she said, DJ Frontline was my brother. I miss him. We come a long way. And she says it hurt her heart because she misses seeing him on the radio and she misses his singing. And indeed, I just want to acknowledge that part about DJ Frontline as well. He was an aspiring singer, as you know. I believe he created one song and he was featured in a few music videos as well. He was an aspiring singer, such a talented individual, not only as a radio host in terms of mixing, etc., but he was a singer as well. And indeed, we feel this loss so much. Indeed, we feel such a great loss. What a great loss it is to our West Indian community, you know. Let me play this one back from the TOP. This bhajan is, of course, by Terry Gadraj, who was a good friend of DJ Frontline.
You're in tuned to Radio Guyana International.
I want to say Sitaram to Usha, Sitaram to Christine Suknandan, Dimple, and Sarah. Sitaram to each and every one of you once again.
Shekharaaya namo, Gangadharaya namo, Chandrasekharaya namo, Gangadharaya namo, Chandrasekharaya namo.
I want to say Sitaram and good morning to Mary Khan once again. This one is another one dedicated to Lord Krishna. And as you know, Lord Krishna is the surest path to heaven. Those who do the morally right thing and pray to Lord Krishna, they will be elevated to heaven. So every day you wake up, pray to Lord Krishna, do the morally right thing as well, and you will be elevated to heaven most certainly. And indeed right now, we have to pray, all of us. All of us are Hindus. All of us Hindus, we have to pray to Lord Krishna for our good friend DJ Frontline, that he can reach heaven without delay. And indeed, I just want to say, regardless of what religion you are, Christian, Muslim, or etc., I just want to just appeal to you to just offer a little prayer for our very good friend, our dose, DJ Frontline. Pray for him that he can reach heaven without delay and without any sort of interruption, and that he may be immensely, and he may have immense joy and happiness as he resides in heaven very, very soon. Kim Singh says, my deepest sympathy goes out to DJ Frontline friends and family at this particularly difficult time.
श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः कृष्ण कृष्ण चंद्रमुखी चंचल चित चोरी सुभर सावरा सूरत
Sitaram to the frontline workers as well, including Shell Shell.
चोरी श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः कृष्ण कृष्ण पंचरंग चूनर केसर प्यारी पट पीतांबर कामरकारी
And indeed, I just want to note as well, this show afterwards will be available in audio format and Mixcloud. If you wish to listen to the show one more time, this show will be available in audio format after the show is concluded. And indeed, I will make sure to post the show on my YouTube channel, D Anthony Entertainment.
चंद्र
I know DJ Frontline did so much for us. And indeed, this little tribute is our very own way of paying our respects to him. I know this is a very particularly difficult and unusual time. With this whole coronavirus restrictions, you can't even mourn the dead. All the relatives can't even go to the funeral and mourn the dead because of these coronavirus restrictions. It's a very unusual time. But I hope through this program, we can, in a sense, pay our tributes to DJ Frontline, our very good friend.
सूरी कुमकुम जुत बिंदा चंदन चारु तिलक ब्रज चंदा सरद लाडली लाल सुनंदा श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः कृष्ण कृष्ण तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु
Once again, this is Shakti Sundays in loving memory of our good friend and RGI's former host. He was a host for 10 years on Radio Guyana International. Our good friend Harry, also known as DJ Frontline. Once again, this is your host, your dose, Justin D. Anthony of Radio Guyana International. And what an honor it is to have all of you as we are paying tribute to DJ Frontline. And I want to say it's a pleasure to have all of you locked on board.
कोई ना अपना सिवा तुम्हारे तुम्ही हो साथी तुम्ही सहारे कोई ना अपना सिवा तुम्हारे तुम्ही हो नैया तुम्ही खेवैया तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हम हैं तुम्हारे चरणों
उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई अब रैन
I will now turn to a few Prakash Gosai bhajans.
Awake, arise, it is dawn, night is gone. There is no more time to sleep. Remember, जो जागत है सो पावत है, जो सोवत है सो खोवत है. One who is awake unaware will always achieve. One who is asleep loses. तो नींद से आंखें खोल जरा और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा. Open your eyes to reality and meditate on the Lord. जो कल करना है आज कर ले, जो आज करना है अब कर ले. What you must do tomorrow, do it today. What you must do today, do it now. Because when the birds have eaten up the entire field, what will you get by repenting? Act now.
उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई अब रैन कहाँ जो
Arun Ramdin, Sitaram to DJ Wazim, Sitaram to Rohina Lal from Florida.
है जो सोवत है सो खोवत है. उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है. उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई. ठुक नींद से आंखें खोल जरा और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा. से आंखें खोल जरा और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा. और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा. यह प्रीति करम की रीत नहीं. प्रभु जागत है तू सोवत है. उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है. उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई. जो कल.
जय कृष्ण हरि, श्री कृष्ण हरि. Victory to you, O Krishna. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे.
Once again, I just want to say it's a pleasure to have all of you locked on board. I want to say Sitaram to Wahida Singh.
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर
I want to say Sitaram
when we're engulfed in darkness.
To all those locked on. And once again, just to the family of DJ Frontline. And we just want to express our deepest condolences on behalf of myself,
May you
all the RGI DJs and all the listeners across the globe. We want to express our deepest condolences to the family of DJ Frontline.
पूर्ण कर दे उनकी आशा जो
And we have all of you in our thoughts and our prayers.
thinks of you.
And indeed, it is time for all of us,
Traditions fulfilled.
for all of us to just pray for DJ Frontline, for his soul to gain salvation above.
जय कृष्ण.
That's why I'm just appealing to all of you, you know. Regardless if you're Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or whatever, I am just appealing to all of you, if you can, please. Take a minute or two out of your day and just pray for DJ Frontline that his soul may be elevated without delay to heaven. If we could all do that, it would be of great benefit to DJ Frontline. And it would be, in a way, returning some of the good that he has done for us. And indeed, our hearts are so heavy at this moment, you know, with this whole passing. And I know DJ Wazim especially, and in particular, is very saddened at this moment, you know. DJ Wazim and him were very good friends, as I understand. And he has, he's very sad at this moment. And I just want to express my condolences to DJ Wazim on the passing of his friend. And I want to express my condolences to all of you. in some shape or form, DJ Frontline has touched our lives, you know. Whether he played music for us, whether he would message us a little couple jokes and etc. In one way or another, he touched our lives. And for me, he had such a profound effect and I did not even meet him. And, you know, he was always a joyous person. There was something unique about him, you know. Whenever you listen to his show, or indeed, based on the comments people told me, whenever you meet him, that joyous spirit of him just rubs off on you and you feel happy. You feel happy to be in his presence. That is quite something, that's quite a divine thing, you know. I just wanted to say this message as well, you know. You know, my good friend, Mr. Odit Singh from the state of New York, was a very good friend of DJ Frontline. He just sent me this message a few seconds ago. He said, he is very sad. We will miss him very much. And Odit Singh remembers him starting when he just started the his time in the DJ business. Those comments are coming from Odit Singh, who is a very good friend of DJ Frontline. And indeed, if you have any stories or memories of DJ Frontline you would like me to share on air, just drop a comment in the Mixcloud app. Or indeed, if you like, you can message me on Justin D. Anthony on Facebook. And I'm going to try to air out some of those memories of DJ Frontline live on air. And I just want to share a story as well about DJ Frontline. I heard yesterday about him. You know, something very unique about DJ Frontline is wherever he goes, whether he's DJing at an event or just simply happens to go to one of these chutney events and etc., he goes and he meets every single person, almost every single person. He tries to make an effort to meet everyone. He brings food on their table. He brings drinks for them and etc. He doesn't know them. Remember that. He doesn't know them at all. And that's what he does. He is such a... He is hospitable to them. And he doesn't know them at all. He goes around when he goes to an event, he goes around all the tables and he asks how everyone's doing. He asks if he can bring a little water and etc. That was the kind of person he was. And that's what we remember about him as well.
तू ही जल में, तू ही थल में, तू ही मन में, तू ही बल में, तू ही जल में, तू ही थल में, तू ही मन में, तू ही बल में, तेरा रूप अनूप महान बना मन मंदिर आलीशान।
तेरी पूजन को भगवान बना मन मंदिर आलीशान। तेरी पूजन को भगवान बना मन मंदिर आलीशान।
तूने राजा रंग बनाए, तूने भिक्षुक राज बैठाए, तूने राजा रंग बनाए, तूने भिक्षुक राज बैठाए, तेरी लीला अजब महान बना मन मंदिर आलीशान। जय जय माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी।
जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी।
Once again, I just want to say Sitaram to each and every one of you locked on the Mixcloud app as well as those locked on the radio app. I want to say Sitaram to my good friend Odit Singh. And you know, Mr. Odit Singh is certainly saddened at this moment as he lost his very good friend, DJ Frontline. And as you may know, Mr. Odit Singh was a DJ at one time as well. And indeed, let me just run through the stream one more time and just say hello to everyone locked on. Sitaram to Christine Suknandan, Mary Khan, Arvind JJ, Satin Pratima, Indrani Kumar, Wahida Singh. I want to say Sitaram to Sheila the Best, Norma T. Dat, Leela from Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say Sitaram to Roina Lal from Florida, Harry George, DJ Wazim, DJ Chris, and Kim from the United Kingdom, DJ Rudy from Montreal. I want to say Sitaram going out to DJ Dimple. Sitaram going out to Mary Khan. And all the others locked on. I just want to say a special Sitaram to you and your family, of course.
पालन करनी सकल जगत के, पालन करनी विद्या बुद्धि दायिनी। जय
शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय 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 माता सरस्वती, जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी। जय शुभदायिनी वरदायिनी।
And the next song I'll play is, of course, and all these songs are, of course, dedicated to DJ Frontline and his family. The next song is Ma Teri Mamata. And indeed, you know, all of us, in my own belief, I believe that all of us belong to this supreme power above that is in the form of this divine mother. We belong to this divine mother above. That is my own, you know, personal belief in Hinduism. And when we leave this world, we go to our mom, our mother above. That divine mother above, we go to her. And DJ Frontline will arrive and be with the mother above very, very soon as well.
तस्वीर मेरी दिल में सदा रखा. Your beautiful form, O Ma, will always be treasured dearly in our hearts. माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी.
तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती,
सांस सांस की रक्षा करती,
पग पग प्राण बताती है,
कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ।
तू ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ।
तू हाथों से भाग जगाती, भागी भागी आती है,
कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरी ममता
Once again, you're locked onto Shakti Sundays, a special edition in loving memory of Harry, aka Udesh, as well as aka DJ Frontline. And indeed, I want to play this song, and I want to dedicate this song specifically to the wife of DJ Frontline. And I want to dedicate this song to the two daughters of DJ Frontline. I know the pain that they are going through is something that we cannot comprehend. It is something that we cannot understand. But I pray to this universal mother above, Mother Durga and Mother Kali, to give them the strength that they so need right now during this time of mourning. And this is a song about this divine mother. And I wish to express the blessings of this divine mother to the wife and the two daughters. May this universal mother bless them to the highest and continue to bless them and protect them. Their dad, or indeed their husband, was such a great individual and brought so much into the lives of others, brought so much positive things in the lives of others. And indeed, we just want to play this song in particular to them right now.
Jai 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 Jagadamba
You know, all these sympathies and all these words expressing condolences is inadequate, cannot fill the hole that is in their hearts, the heart of the wife and the two daughters right now. That void in their lives, these words, no matter how great they may sound and etc., cannot fill the void that is in their lives right now. The only entity that can help them right now is this divine mother above. And we pray to this universal mother above to give them the strength that they so need during this time of mourning. And we hope that with time that they can continue onwards with their lives. But of course, keeping memory and remembering DJ Frontline and continuing his moral teachings, keeping those teachings and the way he lived his life, keeping all of that alive. And DJ Wazim writes, his formal name was Uday Sharprasad, and he was born on July 7th, 1980, and he departed this world September 19, 2020. DJ Wazim says, rest in peace, brother.
माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता की जय माता की जय जय सत्यम बोलो बोलो, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए। मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी। कोई मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी, हर जगह पे सफलता मिलेगी। सच दिल से प्रणाम करिए, सच दिल से प्रणाम करिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए। रूप इनका सबसे निराला, इस रूप से है जग से उजाला।
नाम इनका सदा सुमरिए, नाम इनका सदा सुमरिए, काम जब भी कोई करिए।
You are my Krishna, you are my Rama, you are my Savior. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
I want to say Sitaram once again to Vidya Saeed, Leela from Trinidad, Christine, Dimple, DJ Wazim, Satin Pratima, Mary Khan, Oma Day, Orin JJ, Sheila the Best, Norma T. Dat, and all others locked on. I want to say Sitaram once again to you. Happy Sunday. Sitaram to Deep T. Indrani Khan says, God have mercy and give strength and courage to the mother, father, wife, children, siblings, and family and friends. Sitaram to the frontline worker, Gino Ali as well. Sitaram to Shell, a frontline worker. Another bhajan dedicated to the Universal Mother, Sunumeri Devi, to be more exact.
Sunumeri Devi, Parvat Vasani, Tera Palan Paya. Sunumeri Devi, Parvat Vasani, Tera Palan Paya. Tera Palan Paya, Tera Palan Paya, O Maya Ji, Tera Palan Paya. Sunumeri Devi, Parvat Vasani, Tera Palan Paya. पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल ले तेरी भेंट चढ़ाया। पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल ले तेरी भेंट चढ़ाया। शुभ बोले तेरा अंग विराजे, केसर तिलक लगाया। सुन मेरी देवी पर्वत वासनी, तेरा पालन पाया।
Don't worry, DJ Wazim. I will play that song to conclude.
ब्रह्मा वेद पढ़े तेरी द्वारे, शंकर ध्यान लगाया। ब्रह्मा वेद पढ़े तेरी द्वारे, शंकर ध्यान लगाया।
to Radio Guyana International.
Once again, I want to say Sitaram, Om Shakti, and thank you to all of you who locked in and shared this program. A program dedicated in memory to a very formidable radio host, an individual who brought so much happiness into the lives of the people around him. DJ Frontline, also known as Mr. Uday Sharpasad. I wish to conclude by playing his favorite song as requested by his good friend DJ Wazim. Once again, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of Radio Guyana International and myself to express my deepest condolences to the family of DJ Frontline, particularly his wife and his 2 daughters. I know what they're going through. We cannot understand. And indeed, the words that we can offer are inadequate. But we all, in our very little way and the little that we know, we pray to this universal mother in the form of Mother Durga and Mother Kali to bestow her blessings on the family during this time, so that they may be able to undergo the process of mourning and indeed continue onwards with their lives. DJ Frontline, I'm sure, would have wanted us not to cry, and it would have wanted us to just simply celebrate his life. But it is such a difficult thing to comprehend that DJ Frontline, such a kind-hearted person, died, and especially such a tragic way. Our hearts are all heavy, and we want to take this opportunity once again to just express our condolences to the family. May Bhagwan Krishna bless DJ Frontline and keep him happy, keep him well in heaven above, where he can be free from the suffering and all the wrong things that exist in this world. With this song in mind, I am taking my leave, and it is the favorite song of DJ Frontline. Once again, Sitaram, Om Shakti. May this Divine Mother bless you. May this Divine Mother bless the family of DJ Frontline, especially his wife and 2 daughters at this time. Sitaram, Om Shakti. With this song in mind, I'm taking my leave. Goodbye.
किसका रास्ता देखे है दिल है सौदाई मीलों है खामोशी बरसों है तन्हाई भूली दुनिया कभी की तुझे भी मुझे भी फिर क्यों आँख भर आई ओ किसका रास्ता देखे है दिल है सौदाई कोई भी साया नहीं राहों में कोई भी आएगा न बाहों में तेरे लिए मेरे लिए कोई नहीं रोने वाला झूठा भी नाता नहीं चाहों में हाय तू ही क्यों डूबा रहे आहों में कोई किसी संग मरे ऐसा नहीं होने वाला कोई नहीं जो यूं ही जहां में बांटे पीर पराई ओ किसका रास्ता देखे है दिल है सौदाई तुझे मुझे क्या बीती हुई रातों से, मुझे क्या खोई हुई बातों से। सेज नहीं चिता सही, जो भी मिले सोना होगा। गई जो डोरी छूटी हाथों से, ओ लेना क्या टूटे हुए साथों से। खुशी जहां मांगी तूने, वहीं मुझे रोना होगा। ना कोई तेरा ना कोई मेरा, फिर किसकी याद आई। हो किसका रास्ता देखे है दिल है सौदाई।